scene 3. So this is a very important scene which introduces Shylock, a Jewish moneylender. Shylock is a very important part, very important character of the play. So this scene is very important because it paves the way to the famous Bond story of the play. So at the first, Bassanio comes to Shylock for a request of 3,000 ducats, and later Antonio joins them, and Shylock reminds Antonio how he humiliated him, insulted him, ill-treated him, and tried to come in the way of his business transactions. So, foreseeing an opportunity to take revenge against Antonio and also the Christians in general, Shylock agrees to give 3,000 ducats to Bassanio, for which Antonio is standing as surety. So then next, after that, they signed a bond in which if Antonio fails to repay the bond within fixed time and at an agreed pace, then Shylock is entitled to cut upon exact pound of flesh from whichever part of Antonio's body he pleases. Now we shall go to the scene in detail. The scene is taking place in Venice, in a public place. In Venice, a public place. So first, Bassanio has already informed Shylock that he wants 3,000 ducats. Then Shylock, you want 3,000 ducats, is that right? Then Bassanio tells yes, and for 3 months. Then Shylock tells for 3 months. Well, Bassanio, and for this, as I have told you, Antonio shall stand security. Then Shylock asks Antonio to be security. When Bassanio takes Antonio's name, then Shylock gets into a revengeful mood. Then Bassanio asks Shylock, can you oblige us? Can you grant this favor? May I know your answer? Shylock thinks 3,000 ducats, 3 months, and Antonio to be the security. And Bassanio asks, yes. What is your answer to that? Then Shylock tells, Antonio is a good man. Then Bassanio tells, have you heard anything which Antonio is not? Then Shylock tells, oh no, my meaning in saying that Antonio is a good man is not to define his characteristic or his features, but I am telling that Antonio is a good man means that he is satisfactory surety for the bond, but yet he doubts that he has one ship bound to Tripoli, another to Indies, and third at Mexico, then fourth at England, and many other transactions poured out overseas. But ships are only wooden boats and sailors are only mortals. What does Shylock mean by saying this? Ships are only wooden boats, means they can easily be destroyed, and sailors are only mortals. Sailors are also human beings, so they are also prone to commit mistakes. And also, just as we have land rats and water rats, we also have land robbers and water robbers. By water robbers are nothing but none but the pirates. Pirates are the people in the ancient times who used to rob the cargo of the ship. And also out of all these dangers, there is also a danger of storms and rocks. But overcoming all this, we can still find Antonio as a satisfactory security for the bond. Then Bassanio asked, are you assured? Then Shylock, I may be assured, but I want to talk to Antonio. Then Bassanio asks, would you like to dine with us? Then here comes the racial prejudice when Bassanio asks Shylock, would he like to have dinner with them? So now here we see what Shylock says. To feel the smell of pork, to eat that animal into which the Jesus of Nazareth put the evil spirits. I am ready to buy with you, sell with you, talk with you or walk with you. But I cannot eat with you, drink with you or pray with you. Then after this, Antonio enters the scene. Bassanio tells, this is Signor Antonio. Then Shylock, as just Antonio was coming, Shylock looks aside, he tells that he just looks like a servile tax collector. I hate him because he is a Christian, and even more because of his foolish stupidity of lending the loans. He lends money free of charge and so therefore brings down the rate of interest for us in Venice. If once I can get a hold upon him, then I shall fully gratify the long-lasting, the grievance that I hold upon him. And he hates our sacred Jewish race, and he speaks of me, of my Jewish race, abusively in the places where merchants often gather, and also he makes fun of his business deals, and also may a curse fall on the Jews if I ever forgive him. Then Bassanio calls Shylock, Shylock, do you hear? Then Shylock tells, I am reckoning, I am calculating how much money I have at present, and if my memory is right, I cannot at time raise the sum of 3,000 ducats, but no worry, I have my friend Tubal of our race, means Tubal also belongs to the Jewish race, will lend it to me. And Shylock asks, for how many months do you want it? And after that he greets Antonio and tells, your honorable name was just mentioned in our talks. Then Antonio tells Shylock, I neither lend nor borrow money charging the interest, but in order to satisfy the immediate needs of my friend Bassanio, I shall break this custom. And Antonio asks Bassanio, has he been informed for how much you want? Then Shylock tells, yes, 3,000 ducats and for 3 months. Antonio tells for 3 months. Shylock says, I have forgotten, it was for 3 months. But Antonio, you told me that you neither lend nor borrow on interest. Antonio tells, I never do so. Antonio tells, I never do so because the medieval Christian mortality does not allow it. Then next, after this, Shylock refers to a mythical story of Abraham or Jacob, which what he tells, let us see. When a prophet Jacob looked after his uncle Laban's sheep, this Jacob was descended from the holy Abraham, and his mother schemed on his behalf so that he became the third owner of the family property. And Antonio asks, what about him? Did he take interest? So we shall look of this mythical story in little detail. So first we have Abraham. So Abraham's son is Isaac, and Isaac's son is Jacob. Hence Jacob is the grandson of Abraham. So Jacob had a brother, Esau. He was the elder brother. So we know that the elder son gets the family property after their father's death. So according to that, Esau should be the owner of the family estate after Isaac. But his mother, Jacob's mother, played a trick after which Jacob would become the third owner of the family estate. Then Antonio asks Shylock, what about Jacob? Did he take interest? Shylock tells, no, he did not take interest, or as you would use the word direct interest. But mark what Jacob did after Laban, that he had agreed that all the newborn lambs that were stripped or spotted should be Jacob's shares as his payment, and that way he succeeded. And Antonio tells that it was just a matter of chance that all the newborn lambs were spotted and stripped, and it was controlled and influenced by God's hand. And Antonio asks Shylock, was this mentioned in order to justify interest, or you think of gold and silver as eaves and rams? Shylock tells, I can't say I make my money increase as eaves and rams, but hear me, sir. And Shylock was going to tell something, but Antonio interrupts him and tells Bassanio, take note of this. A devil can quote from the Holy Bible in order to justify his purpose. A bad man producing holy arguments is like a villain with a smiling face and a nice looking apple which is rotten at its heart. And he wonders what finer appearance the falsehood has. Then Shylock tells 3,000 ducats is a substantial sum, a very big sum, and from 12 he calculates the rate of interest. Antonio asks, well Shylock, are you going to oblige us? Then Shylock tells, Senior Antonio, you have abused me in the Rialto about my money and my money lending practices. I have shrugged my shoulders and endured it patiently because endurance is the characteristic of my Jewish race. You called me an unbeliever, murderous dog. You spat on my Jewish robe, and all because why? I make use of my own money. Now it seems that you are in need of that money. You come to me and say, Shylock, we are in need of money. You say this, you spit upon my beard, and you kick me as you would kick a stray dog, and you request for money. Then what I have to say now? Shall I not say, how can a dog have money? How is it possible for a stray dog to lend 3,000 ducats? Or shall I go down and with servile tone say that? So last Wednesday you kicked me, and another day, last Wednesday you spat upon me, and another day you pushed me out of the way. And for those acts of kindness I shall lend you money. So what can we tell now for those acts of politeness? And Antonio, now see what Antonio tells. I'm just as likely to do with you, to behave with you with the same thing, and to spit on you again, to kick you again, to push you aside again. If you lend me money, do not as a friend, but do it not as a friend, because when the friend charge interest, but do it as an enemy, who, if fail to pay the bond at time, then you will have the penalty. Then Shylock tells, you're becoming angry man. I want to end all these contrasts, and I want to be friendly with you, but you're growing angry. So I don't want to take any kind of interest on my money, but you're not listening to me. I want to offer this kindness. Bassanio, yes, indeed this is kindness. Shylock, what does he tell now? Okay, he tells, I shall show you this kindness. Come with me to the lawyer and give your signature to this individual bond, and just as a jest, we shall make the bond humorous, that if you fail to pay the loan at a agreed place and a fixed time, I shall be entitled to cut a exact pound of flesh from any part of your body which I please. So Antonio does not think much, and he tells, I am satisfied, I shall sign this bond, and tell that she is capable of kindness. Then Bassanio tells, Antonio, you shall not sign such a bond for me, I shall prefer to remain in my name. Then Antonio says, Bassanio, do not fear, my ships will be back home before a month. The bond expires, and I can expect to get back the 9 times of this value of this bond. Okay, then Shylock tells, even if you fail to repay the bond, what good will be your flesh to me? The human flesh is not as worthier as flesh of sheep, cattle or goats. And also Shylock tells that if you are signing such a bond only, then I am ready to give you 3,000 ducats, or else I am not. Goodbye. Then Antonio tells, yes Shylock, I shall sign such a bond. So then Shylock tells, meet me soon at the notary's office and give the instructions about this humorous bond. And Shylock shall go to his home and put the ducats at once in his purse, and he shall see that his home is alright, his house is alright, because it is left in charge of an unreliable person. That unreliable person is none other than but Lancelot Gobbo, who is the servant of Shylock at present, and after this Shylock goes out. So now Antonio tells, go kind ship, you shall soon become a Christian because you are growing kind. Then Bassanio tells, I do not like apparently kind terms coming from a person who has a mind of villain. So then Bassanio seems to be a little stressed and sad. So therefore Antonio calms him and cheers him, come on man, there is nothing to be feared. My ships are sure to come back a month before the bond expires. So both of them leave, and this is the end of Act 1, Scene 3.